Hey y'all, it's your girl Deja and I am back with another video. How y'all doing today? It's a Sunday. Sorry, I had a long night. I've been working nonstop. I barely got any sleep. I had to get up this morning, get dressed. Right now I'm studying the script. And then after this I have to go print out some headshots, my resume and stuff like that. So I'm just taking care of some acting stuff today. Hopefully, soon that'll be my full-time job and I won't have to work, a regular job. So I'm trying to work on that. So pretty much I just have this meeting today. I'm gonna go handle that. I'm not gonna give too much information about that, but just know it's important and I'm very nervous. But let's just channel that nervous energy into creative energy. We're gonna give a great performance and we're gonna go from there because that's what I do. So I just wanted to step in, say hi. Like I said, I'm gonna run a few errands. I'll bring y'all along with me for that. And then I'm gonna finish this video off letting y'all know why I left Atlanta. This is the most anticipated video. So many people a few people have asked me, a few people have even made assumptions and was just like, why would you leave? Like, one girl literally asked me and was like, oh, you left Atlanta, you went back home, like to Virginia, like why would you want to go backwards? Girl, bye. Like, I will never go backwards. I will never be stagnant. I'm always growing. I'm always moving forward. There is a method to my madness. There is beauty behind all of my madness. One thing about me, I follow God. I do exactly what he tells me to do with no questions asked. So even when I don't know what's next, I listen to the voice of God. I trust it and I move exactly when he says move. And that's exactly where I am today. I'm in LA, my dream city. All because, I did have to leave Atlanta and I had to go home for a couple of months. God told me to go home, but I knew that he was going to move me again somewhere else. So yeah, I'll give y'all the whole rundown story after I run these errands. Y'all, when I'm over here rehearsing, it's like the tears flow. So it's like, they better do what they need. Like, all my actors know it's a difference when you're in your own personal space and you're into the script and every emotion that you need can just flow. But it's like when you're in a room full of people, you may tap into that emotional space or you might not. You don't know. Either way, you have to push through and still give that performance, whether the tears flow, the anger really hits you. Like, you have to, just immerse yourself in the character. And it's like, right now I feel it and it's just like, I hope I can keep this with me. But this profession is not as easy as people think it is. People think they can just get up and be an actress. Like, some people can, but at the same time, it's like, this is underrated. Like, being an actress, being an actor is underrated. Like, people don't understand the control you have to have on your emotions, the control you have to have, even when it comes to just discipline and memorization and just the being and letting things flow. Like, it's hard to really tap into your emotions at any given moment. You have to be ready to tap into whatever you have to feel, and you really have to become that. And a lot of people act, and pretend, but that's not acting. Like I said, acting is not pretending, it's becoming. And if you don't understand that, and if you don't understand that, you're not just pretending to be a character, you become that character. That has to be you. You know, it's not pretending. You need to become that. Everything that you are right now, the girl that y'all know, Deja, the moment I get into character, that's not me. I don't know her. I am portraying and becoming. I have become whatever character I'm supposed to be, you know, that I'm portraying. I become that, and everything about Deja leaves me, you know, and it's like, it's not easy. It's not easy. You either have it or you don't. And if you don't, work on it, and you will. Before I lose my own mind, baby, how could you so now I'm here at Walmart. I'm about to get some photos printed. Hopefully this doesn't take a long time because I need them like ASAP. I'm running late. I'm always late. Honestly need to work on that, but it's just ingrained in me. So hopefully I'll be in and out and just get these pictures, these headshots, and go, because that's all I want to do. So I went to Walmart and they're talking about, oh, it'll be ready at 5:30. Who has that kind of time? Like, I don't have that kind of time. So now I'm here at CVS. I called ahead. They said they can do instant printing. So hopefully it'll be instant. And instant means instant because I don't have time, like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't have that. All right, y'all. So I finally got exactly what I needed. I wanted to get there early, like to my destination, but it seems like I'm going to get there right on time. If I leave right now. But yeah, I got my headshots, my resume and all that, you know, so I can breathe. And yeah, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. All right, see y'all later. So I finally made it. There's like a line, but it shouldn't be too long of a wait. Hopefully I'll be in and out. So I'm pretty much done with everything that I had to do today. So I decided to stop and get a not a Slurpee, it's a smoothie. I decided to get a smoothie. I went to Robex, which is my favorite smoothie place out here. I mean, it has nothing on tropical smoothie. I will always love tropical smoothie, but they don't have one near me, so I go to Robex. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna head home. I may or may not like meet up with some people and go to dinner. I'm waiting to hear back now. So I decided to take myself on a date. I went to Yard House. Now I'm about to go to the movies. I'm gonna see The Beast with Idris Elba. So I'm gonna see how that is. It looked exciting from the previews or whatever. So that's what I'm doing tonight.
Plague and famine. 5 hours later.
Hey y'all, so I'm finally back from, you know, just being out and about. Honestly, I was gonna put the rest of this video off for another day. As you can see, I'm in my bed. I mean, I'm not fully going to sleep. I just felt like relaxing. So I just took my clothes off and just got in my bed. But I'm gonna just go ahead and finish out this video because I can't let procrastination win. No. But yeah, I'm recording while I'm in a bed because, you know, when you're a boss, you do what you want. You do what you want. Period. So anyway, I left Atlanta and on December 8th, 2021. I was there for about like a year and some change. Honestly, I don't know if y'all had seen my life update video, like part 2 or part 3. But I was just saying how I wasn't sure if I was gonna renew my lease at my apartment or if I should find my own apartment or what. So I was in a weird position because I didn't have much time to figure it out. So I just decided to renew my lease, and you know, I stayed at the apartment I already had with my roommates. So I didn't really feel like I heard God on like what to do. if you haven't seen that video, go watch that video. But yeah, I didn't really get an answer, which is unusual because usually God is very clear with me when I ask him things. He confirms whatever I want to know very plainly. For me, it's usually in a dream or just something I'll see that like triggers like keywords or something like that most of the time. But yeah, this particular time I didn't get any type of feedback from God, like nothing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just stay in my apartment and whatever. I never thought that I was gonna be leaving Atlanta anytime soon. At that time, it was just interesting because I went to sleep that night. I ended up having a dream that I was leaving. I got on a flight. And I didn't know where I was going, but I got on a flight, and I just remember saying like, the service on this plane is amazing for me booking this flight so last minute. And I remember this girl was sitting in front of me, and she had a star tattoo on her neck. So that stood out to me, and I think she even told me that I should get a tattoo of a star. And so that kind of stuck with me. And it was a few other things said that I think was pertaining to acting, but I'm not going to touch on that. The main important thing was the star and, the last minute flight I just booked. So yeah, and then, I just I had that dream, and then like 2 days later, I was on a prayer call. And you know how this always happens. Me moving from Virginia to Atlanta in like 7 days. It all started, with a prayer call confirming, dreams or different things like that God was already speaking to me. So the same thing happens again. Like literally I was on another prayer call. And, myself, including a few other people, were being called out. Like, you all have to move, and this and that. And the lady was pretty much telling me, like, I'm supposed to move and go back home. And I was like, yeah, right. I'm not going back home. Like, what? To Virginia? Why would I do that? And then another lady had came on and started praying, and she read a scripture, and I don't remember the exact scripture, but I do know she mentioned just timeliness, so when you have to leave like immediately. And I remember I think she referenced like Joseph and Mary and like baby Jesus, and it was also something about a star, like the North Star or something like that. I'm not sure. I need to pull up the scripture, y'all. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. So, I went and pulled up the scripture. It's Matthew, 2nd verse 9, is the exact scripture that stood out to me, because it pretty much stated that, the wise men, followed the star to find Jesus, to give him, like his gifts, because he was just born. And so when I think that, yeah, they followed the star, and then the star had stopped and landed right over top of Jesus, so they knew where he was. And then, so that's what kind of related back to my dream, because I was wondering like, how is this for me? Like, I don't think I'm supposed to move. And so once I heard that key word, I replayed my dream in my head, and I was like, oh, the star, whatever. And so I started to actually receive, that the word that the first lady had gave me about, me having to move back home. Because of the fact that when the lady read that scripture, it triggered me back to my dream. And so if you go and read that scripture on your own, read the whole thing, the whole, second chapter of Matthew, because in the next couple of verses, it also talks about how, I believe Herod the king had actually sent people to come and kill Jesus, and how God had, told Joseph that they had to flee immediately. They had to move, and they had to go to Egypt, or they were going to kill Jesus. So like they had to get up and move, no questions asked. So that also took me back to my dream. I'm like, dang, like I did get on the flight. Everything was last minute. Even in the dream, I was saying, you know, the service is great for it to be so last minute and everything like that. The lady also went to talk about how, you know, it's important to really listen to the voice of God. Of course, I know that, but you know, to really heed to it when God says move, you have to move, because you never know, you know, what dangers there could be. Like you never know what, you know, the enemy has planned for you. You have to be in alignment to receive the full grace and, you know, protection of God. So if you stay somewhere, you know, a day longer than what you need to, then you may be out of alignment, and, you know, you could be susceptible to any danger, harm, anything that could come your way that God didn't originally plan for you. And that's why it's important to listen. But anyway, so it was my turn to go up and to pray on the prayer call. You know, I started praying in tongues. God starts speaking through me, and he pretty much just tells me and, you know, speaks to me and tells everyone else that, you know, that basically this time of moving is important, you know, and that basically if we don't move, that it's going to get so uncomfortable where we are that we're going to have no choice. We're going to hate where we are. We're going to have to move. God is going to use whatever it takes to make us so uncomfortable that, you know, you want to leave. With that being said, it would just be best to just go ahead and leave when God tells you to, instead of having to go through unnecessary, you know, warfare. For my spiritual people that understand what I'm saying. And I'm speaking very plainly, you know, just for, you know, other viewers who aren't spiritual. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get too deep for the simple fact of, yeah, I just don't want to go too deep on this particular video. If you all do want more spiritual insight, spiritual videos, you know, I can do that. I have no problem doing that. But yeah, in this video, it's not that. Yeah, so basically at this point, it was just very clear, like, okay, I need to listen, I need to obey. And then the other lady ended up getting back on. The first one that I told you about that first told me I had to leave. She ended up gets back on and tells me that I don't want to give out too much information because I just feel like some of the stuff is personal. But on terms of me moving, she pretty much had said that I had to move by December 8th, and that would be literally a literal week from that day of the prayer call. I had a week to move again. Mind you, I just renewed my lease. It hasn't even been a full month, and I just had renewed my lease there. And so it was just a lot. Like, I was so confused. I had just started working at a new job. So it was like, really? I gotta do this again? Like, it was definitely a lot. And then she also confirmed to me that, you know, once I, you know, went back home, within 3 months of me being there, God would reveal the next place that I would be moving to. And this would be, you know, like a big move, my final move. And so when she said that, I kind of automatically knew that it was going to be LA, because this was my dream city. And anybody who watched my video about me moving from Virginia to Atlanta, I even stated that I never expected to live in Atlanta. I've always wanted to live in LA. So, you know, I just kind of knew, like, that's where God was going to take me. So, of course, you know, God revealed to me after I went back home for a little while that I was going to be moving to LA very soon. And I'm going to bring another video about how I moved from Virginia to LA, because that was another quick move that I did within a couple of days, almost overnight. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, God worked all of that out supernaturally for me. Even when I broke my lease, you know, I did it in a way that I didn't have to pay a fee. You know, my roommates even found another roommate, you know, within the like a week of me leaving. You know, everything just worked out very smoothly. It was nothing but God. I even was trying to find like a U-Haul, like all these different things, because I was like, how am I gonna fit all of my stuff in my car? And I ended up finding like this vacuum sealer thing. So that actually helped me to store things in my car. So I fit everything in my car. I didn't have to make any double trips driving from Virginia to, you know, Georgia back and forth or anything like that. So everything worked perfect. So that's pretty much the story on, you know, why I left Atlanta, why God told me to leave Atlanta. And, you know, it's funny because it's such a long video and I apologize for it being so long. But this is actually the condensed version because so many other things happen within that small time frame of a week. But yeah, I just had to give you all the main points and, you know, just to show you all that God is behind all of this. I don't just do stuff to do it. God gives me instructions. I follow it. You know what I'm saying? God will lead you wherever you want to go in life. Just listen and obey, and that's the moral of the story in each and every one of my videos. That's the moral of the story is, you know, just put God first. And, you know, thank you for watching my videos. I love y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.